Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 16 review. Second major bye week, done and dusted. Not too difficult of a round, I would say. I guess there was quite a few notable players missing. But still, I think most people probably had a decent amount of players playing. We had a decent little hit back. I feel pretty good about the score. I would have, I'm not going to lie, I would have liked to have jumped a bit more in ranks this week. Try to make a bit more of a push back to where we were sitting a couple of weeks ago. But, we're on the improve, I guess. I mean, time will tell because after this week, last time we sort of it all went wrong in the backup game and then the week after. So, yeah, 1,057. I mean, our round rank was pretty good in the top 6%. We pushed up 2,500 spots. Still sitting outside the top 10K, which is... God, it's a tough year. But again, we had some really good scores. Honestly, there weren't too many duds either. Our captain was fine. Our captain was good. I can't complain about the captain this week. But we just didn't have... not having Jaden Campbell, not too big issue. Like, he's a super pod. Like, I'm sure a lot of people picked him up, but he's still pretty poddish. Keanu Kinney, mega pod. Like, if anyone had Kinney, good on them. Api Coruscant is probably the big one that just... I was half tempted to go to Coruscant. I sort of pushed away from going Marshall King. I was still somewhat keen to go back to Coruscant, but like I said in the last video, I'm not going to waste another trade in the dummy halves. I'm just going to wait to get in Grant after Origin. Obviously, with Coruscant going like 150, it's probably another one of those ones where we just sort of should have made the trade, but at the end of the day, we saved a couple of trades this week, which is nice considering what we were looking at doing. We were potentially going to use 4 trades for Christ's sake, but we held strong, we saved some trades, and I think we're still set up well. Going forward, it's looking okay. We just have to get a little bit of luck would be lovely. But let's have a look at the team, how she went on paper. So, yeah, no dummy half to speak of. Our front row, front row's pretty good, dude. Terrell May, 110. Samuel Finu, 89 points. The Tigers just absolutely ran rampant against the Raiders. Didn't really see that coming, but it was good nonetheless. Josh Curran, he downgraded a lot. They must have taken that line break off him. I was a little surprised he got the line break originally because it was one of those sort of broken field. Actually, no, it was off a quick tap, wasn't it? So I was a little surprised. It seems like they took it off him. I'm assuming he obviously had a bit of a shocker. Josh Curran, he had a lot of errors. First game back after a pretty nasty concussion, terrible conditions. It's fine. I think he was the guy to actually drop out of our 13 because we had 14 players, so I think he was our lowest scorer, so it's not too bad. Our back row, pretty solid all round. Dave Fafita. So we did end up taking the loop on Fafita. He downgraded. I was it's every time it's like every time I need an update in points, doesn't seem to get it, but if I don't need it, fucking Fafita will go up like 20 points, but he was on 88, he went down to 84, still good, I can't complain with that, it's fine. Ali Katoa, 58 points, didn't really, solid, pretty much all on base, didn't get too many attacking stats, so we'll take 58. Bo Fermor, 65, I can't believe it, he was playing center again, and I was like, fucking really? Why does this keep happening? But thankfully, our boy Firma hit a beautiful line off 4 and scored a try and 65 points. I will take that to the bank. Thank you very much, Bo Fermor. And then Morgan Smithies, 43 points. It's fine. I think that was another trade. I was considering, like I said, Smithies to Max Plath. But at the end of the day, it would have cost me 140k to go up to Plath and Smithies. Plath is definitely a better option, but I don't know. He probably scored about 50 odd this week. Nothing too drastic. And yeah, I think I just missed the boat on Plath. He got a little bit too expensive. So I think now, like I was saying, Smithy's up to an actual keeper till the end. I mean, whether or not there'll be a keeper, like, time will tell. But someone who's a bit more, like, he's got the big one in him. Someone like a Nrl, I think, will be on priority list. Tyron Wishart, 81 points. My man just keeps doing it, dude. Like, oh my god, he's been literally the best trade-in we could have asked for. He's been sensational. He's up to 630k. Cameron Munster is tipped to be back, I think, round 19. I want to say, I think around 19 or 20. So that works out pretty perfectly if we want to go like Wishart straight to Nathan Cleary, because I think they're back similar timing. So yeah, he's got a 66 break even. He could make some more cash this week. My man's just killing it. He's so good. Like, honestly, yeah, I mean, obviously Munster's going to get the spot back, but I mean, Tyron Wishart, I think a lot of clubs could do with someone like a Wishart in their halves. He's just a footy player. Not the old cliche, but he's just a footy player, dude. He's so good. Lockie Galvin, 102. That's a big dagger to the people that sold him for like a Cody Walker. Obviously, I mean, the Walker play a couple of weeks ago definitely worked out pretty well. But this week, Walker, I don't know, what do you get, like, I don't know, maybe like 50, 60 odd. But Lockie Galvin, I mean, he is like a legitimate potential keeper till the end. Like, he is just, base stats great. The Tigers, with like their players coming back, like Aiden Caesar and that team makes such a big difference. Like, I know Luai is going to the club next year, and Luai has been fantastic at halfback, and he's obviously going to slot straight into halfback next year. But man, Caesar, I said at the start of the year, Caesar would be massive for that Tigers team, and he has. Like, I think with him, with Caesar and Galvin and Coruscant in the spine, I think they're like 5 wins and 2 losses or something like that. And Caesar obviously missed a bunch of footy with suspension, unfortunately. But their combo's so good. Caesar's got a great kicking game. I think he's so underrated, Caesar. So he's been fantastic and works really well for Galvin. Obviously, Dewey coming back was like exceptional as well. Like, he was unbelievable. I actually, like, I have no idea what he's priced at, Dewey. I don't think you would go him because he's playing in the centers, but man, he looked good. I don't know. Like, he obviously, I don't know. He obviously started the year pretty expensive last year. A lot of people picked him up. I picked him up. He started well. He tapered off, and then he suffered the injury. So he's probably sitting around 500, I want to say. But I don't know. We'll have a look. Like, he was looking really sharp. And then our centre wing, pretty solid. Jacob Kiraz once again. Like I said, people were upset that he was playing centre. I kept saying, I would much rather Kiraz play centre in this game than wing outside of like Bronson Sherry or someone who can't pass him the footy. If he's outside of like Stephen Crichton, absolutely. But because they're missing a couple of key players, you knew he was going to be the go-to man. Him and Skelton on the edge. I mean, they did lose, but they were a real handful. And Kiraz, I was happy to see him play centre because, yeah, I mean, the base stats were going to be there regardless, and they were just going to use him, just give him early footy, and he's such a nightmare to handle. So 100 points from Kiraz, bouncing back after a couple of, not poor scores, but a couple of lowish scores, I guess. Dom Young, 56. Yeah, one of those ones. A lot of people traded him out last week, or the week where he had that hamstring issue. I was hoping he would go big just to sort of, make those people pay. Thankfully, he scored a try. That's Dom Young. If he doesn't score a try, he's going to go small. If he does, he's going to go large. Well, he went okay. It was obviously poor conditions again in this one. I'm starting to, I don't know. I think Dom Young, I'm probably just going to hold in the team. I mean, you could make a case to trade him out, but I don't know. I think I'm just going to hold him for now at least. I mean, maybe after Origin, getting in like a guy like a Lomax, I think is probably better than Young, but we'll see. We'll see what trades we've got. We'll see if we've got the luxury there. Joey Manu, 63. fine. He's been a bit of a letdown, but I mean, again, Marty's just a guy I'm just going to keep in the team. He's never going to really let you down, but he hasn't quite gone to the heights that he did to start the season. Jacob Gagai, 38 points. Okay, yeah, he did just score. Yeah, scored Curran. So, yeah, we got 4 extra points with Gagai. Unfortunately, not really anything major there, but we'll take it. Gagai, he made some money. He's now 350k. He's still only got a 34 break even. So could Gagai get up to like 400k? I don't know, dude. It's probably pushing a little bit, but we'll see if he can. James Tedesco, 84 points. So he did update. So I had the captaincy on Tedesco with Fafita on 88. I was like, fuck it, dude. Just take the points. I think Tedesco was on about 70, mid-70s. So he updated. Fafita downdated a little bit. So it literally didn't change it. We would have scored the same. So, oh well, what can you do? It's that's how she rolls. But yeah, we took the save points. Tedesco, he didn't really have much attack, but he was looking very, very involved. So Tedesco looking like back to his best of a couple of years ago in terms of Supercoach wise. But yeah, overall a good week. We're set up well for this week coming, and then yeah, even the third bye, we're looking pretty okay. There's a couple of, I mean, obviously the big trade, like Fanor Blake was a guy I was keen on, but decided against it, obviously. Good decision there. Max Plath, I still think it was a good decision not to get him with the price. Obviously, what was I saying? Yeah, I was going to go Jai Gray. I obviously went against it just because of potentially Fletcher Sharp getting him this week for either Holmes or Dallin. Saves a bit of cash. Sharp probably has a couple more price rises in him, but Jai Gray, he looked good, dude. He looked really good. Am I disappointed? No, because I knew he was going to go well. Like, he's just a Supercoach option. But yeah, still with the 34 break even, being a bit more expensive, probably less likely to get like a quick cash influx. So it would have been nice to get the 70, 80 points that he got, but it's fine. It is what it is. And then the other, I mean, there wasn't really anyone else. I mean, Appy, obviously, if we went Appy, that would have been a nice little boost for us, but it's fine. At the end of the day, I think we're doing pretty well overall. Let's have a look at some of those guys. I mean, I guess as well, like Keon Kalamatangi, who I was sort of against a couple of weeks ago. He's continued to fucking score tries and go massive. So anyone that ended up picking up Kalamatangi has done is doing very well at the same time. So let's have a look who did score. So yeah, fuck me dead. Jaden Campbell, Keanu Kinney. Okay, thank God. I think Abby Coruscant downgraded a little bit because surely, not to be salty, but surely they took that try assist off him for Galvin's for the first try, right? Like, he literally just passed it from dummy half. He didn't do anything. He just passed it, and Galvin did all the work. Like, they've taken tries off dummy halves or try assists off dummy half for way more than that. So I'm hoping they took that try assist off Coruscant, because that was like, come on. He literally just did a normal pass to Galvin and he did all the work. So I think he downgraded a little bit. So thankfully for that. Damien Cook, fuck, he's turned back the clock. Sammy Walker went big. Unfortunately, that's annoying, but it is what it is. A lot of people own him. Kotrick fucking had a big one. Kieran Foran was unbelievable. I mean, Kinney, my God, Kinney and Campbell though, wow. So, looking back at the start of the season, dude, I was so keen on Jaden Campbell. Now, again, who's to say if Campbell was fit for round one, I 100% would have got him. I wouldn't have gone Dylan Brown. I would have saved a bunch of cash. Dylan Brown was shocking to start the year. Not to say Campbell would have come out and gone massive like this in the first few rounds. He probably wouldn't have. He might have been a bit shit. But I was so keen on him at the start of the year. So it's one of those annoying ones where it's like, I wanted to go Campbell, but I mean, I guess I could have got him in fullback this week, but I just, didn't end up doing that, obviously. And wow, 170 points. That would have been a nice little boost. Could have made a massive week for people that jumped on him. Keanu Kinney as well. 2.3%. How do people own him? He's now 700k, bro. Holy shit. That's insane. I thought he was like 400. 700,000. Going down, see Cullen Matangi, 97. Gerald Skelton, Jerome Hughes, 90 points again. Joey Tarpany, for people that picked him up a few weeks ago, he's had a few good scores. Who else? So Jermaine Asako, he got a 76. Little better. Surprised he got 76 actually. I know he scored that try, but it was without a line break, I think. It was like off a kick. Jai Gray, 76. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I would have liked to get in Gray, but that's fine. Who else? So Trey Fuller looks so good as well. I mean, no one 5%, but no one really owns him. Who else is like, who was on sort of the watch list? See, Adam Dewey, 64, so he's 500k. He's just 5'8 though. That's annoying. If he was, yeah, that is annoying. I mean, it makes sense. He's only 5'8", but yeah, he's probably not going to get the update to centre wing eligible by the time you actually would want to get him in, and then he's probably going to make some cash. So no, I think that's a no for Dewey. If he was a bit cheaper, maybe, but yeah, not really worth it, I think. Because you'd have to trade out like Galvin or Brown, which is just not, I think, is a silly move. I mean, Jack Howarth looked really good. Again, I think like a lot of people were just like, how has Howarth not been in this team like the last couple of years? I know he's really young still, but like, he was really impressive, I thought, playing in the centres. I don't really understand it. Like, I don't understand how Nick Meaney continues to, like, I get him not dropping Meaney, but fuck me dead. Meaney's defense, like him and Hughes defensively, are atrocious. Like Meaney especially, it seems like every try that goes through just goes directly through Meaney or Hughes. Like he's very bad defensively. I'm a little surprised Bellamy hasn't pulled him up, but I guess if they don't think they have any other better options, fair enough. Max Plath, he actually got up to 61. That's fine. Again, it is what it is. He was like 540k. I still feel fine for not spending the cash on Plath, because I mean, he probably is just a keeper till the end. You can plug and play, but the trades now are a bit more precious than that, in my opinion. Who else of note scored low? So Herbie Farnworth, he might have been a popular option. He's still sort of 56, not terrible. Who else we got? Jeremy Marshall King. I'm very glad I did not get Marshall King. He also only played, well, he played almost the 80. I think he had a bit of a spell, but then came back on pretty quickly. Cody Walker, 49 points. So yeah, feel pretty good about not going him, obviously. Anyone else of note? Ryan Pappenhausen, 39 points with a try. I gotta be honest, I have no idea why people were keen to go Pappenhausen this week. Like, I have no idea why. I saw quite a few people talking it up, and I had no interest in the Ryan Pappenhausen play. I don't know. He obviously had some big scores when he was playing at the start of the year, but even when he was going pretty well before he got that latest injury, he just wasn't as involved. He wasn't really supporting like he used to. Like, obviously the carries are never quite there for Pappenhausen, so I don't know about Ryan Pappenhausen this year, honestly. But yeah, that's pretty much Charms, 36 points. Man, I mean, him and Sean Johnson, Adam Vanille Blake, 34 points. Whew. the people that went him this week, honestly, he probably wouldn't have even played in the 13. He probably would have dropped out because he scored so low. Oh, that's a tough one. Silfa Longo played about 10 minutes, got 33 points, so I'm very happy he was relegated to the bench as a non-owner. Still's got 33. We'll take that. That's fine. Tommy Talal, 31 points after a couple of huge scores. Lukey Brooks, 28 points. Lehigh Pawade, 30 points. So that's a bit of a kick in the guts as well. Sammy Hughes, 28. I'm glad I got rid of Sam Hughes, honestly. He's just been going downhill very quickly. But yeah, that's pretty much all the relevant guys. But looking forward, so what are we looking at for this coming week? So I think, again, dummy halves, right or wrong, I think I'm just going to wait. I'm really hoping Robson backs up. I don't want to play fucking Jayden Brayley and get 30 points. I really hope Robson backs up. It is against Penrith. I mean, I'm not going to lie, dude. I am half tempted. I am very tempted. If Robson doesn't back up, honestly, I might just trade him to Harry Grant this week. I know it's a little crazy. I mean, granted, Grant actually backs up, but I think he will. Well, he might, but I think maybe just go Robson to Grant. I think that might be the play. I guess you could go Robson to fucking Appy, but no, I don't think I could do that. I think just go Robson to Grant if Robson isn't going to back up and Grant is, because I don't want to play Brayley, and I do want to get Grant in. Like, that's the only trade I really want to make in the dummy half spot. Obviously, I'm not expecting big things from Grant this week if he does back up, but yeah, I think that's what I might do, depending on how things go. The front row, obviously, I mean, I'm still, well, fuck, So originally I was like, okay, Liam Henry, I'm not going to trade him out this week. I am going to nuff one of these front rowers, right? Liam Henry, he's only got a 40 break even. I think I might just hold him for this week, play him probably, because you would expect a couple of those Panthers players to rest and hopefully he gets more minutes. Terrell May, after another 110, he's probably got he's still got a 70 break even. So he actually might not make money this week, but I actually think I might nuff out Terrell May. Like, after this round, like, do I even play Terrell May? Depending, I guess, who's going to back up for the Roosters. But I think an extra 100k to nuff out Terrell May, I think that's fine, because Terrell May was just useful over the buys. Out of the buys, when they got a full-strength team, he's not going to play 80. Like, he played 80 minutes this week, so you know he's going to get fewer minutes coming up. And honestly, Liam Henry, I think, is really solid as a backup option. And like I said, with the last round of the season, if I can hold Liam Henry, I mean, my luck this year, Liam Henry is probably going to be rested in the last round as well. But I think if they rest a bunch of their players and Liam Henry plays big minutes, it could be a nice little boost. So I think I don't know, depending how things go next week, I'm going to nuff out one of these guys to a dual to our front row forward, and hopefully, depending who I think is the better option at that point. I think having Fainu, having Curran, and either Henry or Terrell May is fine for basically the run home. I'm happy with that. And then the back row, Smithies to like a Nickera seems very enticing. Obviously, we're holding firm, or he plays us the last buy as well. Kai Pearce-Paul, I mean, at the end of the day, if Pearce-Paul isn't back, even if Pearce-Paul's not back this week, or no, they play this week. If he's not back this week, probably still hold just for 19, hopefully. So yeah, I think the only guy here is Smithies trading to like a Nickera potentially, but we'll have a look at that as well this week. I think is a decent week to do it. The halfbacks are fine. I mean, Wishart to like Cleary in a couple of weeks is sort of the plan, depending if Cleary comes back like looking good, I guess. I don't know. I think I do have to take the punt on going Cleary like early, but it's a little worrisome, honestly. Our 5'8s are fine. I mean, yeah, it's fine. Our centre wings, so obviously Dallin, I still want to get rid of Dallin. But if Val Holmes is not backing up this week, I could trade out Val Holmes instead of Dallin, right? Because he's got a massive break even. They take on Penrith. Like, if he backs up, I'm going to play him. But then they play 18, they miss 19, he could miss 20, then there's Sharks, Tigers. It's a pretty good run home. I would like to keep Val, but yeah, depending on what happens. But Dallin, I think he's probably the most priority to go. Jacob Gagai, I mean, we're just going to keep Gagai till round 19, I think, at this rate. And then fullbacks are fine. We just need to get in a gun fullback when either like Tommy's back, Kalen Ponga after Origin. We'll work that out. So it's looking pretty good. We need like one centre wing, and we're probably going to like the cheapie of Sharp this week. Halfback, Wishart in a few weeks when Munster's back. We'll have to make a trade there. Morgan Smithy's gone, and nothing out a front row, and potentially getting in a dummy half. But that's only like a few trades, and my team at that point is like, I'm pretty happy with it. Like, there's definitely some guys I would like to get. Like, I mean, the only real guy I guess that I need to get back in is Angus Crichton. Angus Crichton is like the obvious one. Other than that, like, I mean, Grant, yes, but he's also not been great. But I am looking to get Grant in. Cleary, yes, he'll be... Yeah, I'll be going Cleary when he's back, I think. And then we just need one gun fullback and, you know, whatever luxury centre wings we can afford to do. So it's looking pretty good. We got 71k in the bank. We're going to be getting a few 100k with a cheapy downgrade. And then, yeah, we'll work it out from there. But hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Hopefully we can just make some moves, dude. I don't know. Just get a bit of captaincy luck. Hopefully this week doesn't fucking ruin us like last time. And then round 19, hopefully, because it's a pretty tough round, that third major bye, hopefully we can have a bit of a jump up over the next few weeks. But, you know, what can you do? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If we get another stinky captain, dude, I'm gonna fucking lose it, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, other than that, make sure to like and comment. I'll see you guys in the next one.